Good morning, everybody. It is late March, and Emma and I are here hanging out in the sunroom.
Good morning from little Emma Jean Bean. Good morning, everybody.
And I just discovered that I made a mistake with Mexican sunflowers that I've been trying to seed in trays. So I want to show you what I think went wrong, what I'm going to do moving forward, and crossing my fingers that this actually turns out and I can get them to actually start. If you have any advice, if you've grown them, I would love any advice or feedback that you have. I've tried growing them a few times and I seeded them out in the garden last year, no luck. And now I'm doing my second round, doing a replant here in seed trays of them indoors. And I think I just didn't follow the directions. You know, and that's one real basic lesson that you continue to learn as a gardener over time, no matter if you're a new gardener or if you've been doing this a while like I have. If you don't pay attention, if you don't really look at the detail, it can completely throw everything off. All right, so here is my seed tray. I put these in here a couple weeks ago. They should have germinated by now. And look, I've got one. One gorgeous, sweet, thanks for being here, little tiny seedling. So really proud of that one. All of the others did not come up, so that tells you a lot that whatever method I was doing was not working. I have one more packet. Luckily, I had another one in hand here, so I can easily reseed. And I'm like, oh, the depth is 1 inch. I'm sure that is where I went wrong. I really hope I figured out the problem. Crossing fingers that that's what it is. You gotta pay attention to this stuff. So whenever I'm planting seeds, I'm always looking at, the temperature. If it says that on here, it really doesn't. But certainly more than anything, the depth of planting. So that's really how much soil needs to be on top of the seed. And sometimes seeds need light to germinate. With this plant, it seems more straightforward. It's just a matter of making sure it's 1 inch under the surface of the soil, and that is where I made my mistake. So what I did here is I went through, these were kind of dried out because nothing had happened. So I re-wet the tray with my spray bottle, and then I went through with my fingers and I just kind of re-tussled up the soil, and I made a hole that is roughly 1 inch. I'm not going to get real technical with it, but pushing down with my finger so there's a nice deep hole for every single seed to go into. And looking at my seed packet, I have enough to do half of the tray. And I've filled most of them. And wouldn't you know, I've got one spot for this one, so I can consolidate and pull that over here. And then I can use this tray for something else. So this is what the seeds look like. And I'm literally just dropping them in. Into the holes. Nice and deep. It's just a really deep, it's just a really low depth for seeds. I mean, most of the things that I grow between vegetables and flowers, they usually don't need that kind of depth. So I think it caught me off guard. I was probably going fast planting other seeds and I just assumed, oh, it's like a 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch. Nope, it's a full inch. So I'm hoping this unlocks more success. And then I'm gonna just transplant this little guy. Gently pull him up and out. He's got a nice little root started, and put him in here, keeping in mind that they want to be deep. So I'm gonna make sure he gets in there nice and low. I'm gonna put a little more soil over just so he's nice and stable. Awesome. Okay, so this tray is basically ready, and because I pre-moistened the soil, I'm feeling all right. So I've got all my seeds in here. I've got the one seedling moved. Hopefully it won't be too stressed out from the move. We'll see. And now I'm going to cover it with soil. I took regular potting soil and I moistened it. I kind of mixed it with water here. The benefit of that is that I don't have to, I'm just going to stick the soil in like so, real light, so it has room for the seedling to navigate up and it's not too compacted. The benefit of pre-wetting your soil is that you don't have to then rely on watering afterwards to get it all evenly moist. And I really like that method as I'm working on different trays with different plants, starting them out. So I'm just lightly dabbing this in here so they get that 1 inch coverage. Tuck them in good. And you know, there's different types of soil that folks like to use. I mean, you could use seed starting mix, certainly. I've just found good luck using potting soil in most cases. I have starting mix on hand. I've also got peat moss. But as long as it works, I go to potting soil because I think it's, well, number one, it's cheaper, usually, by volume. There's some nice nutrients in it. And I've got a lot of volume of it, so I can just run and go. And I think these will do, well, I shouldn't say I think these will do just fine. I don't know because I have not successfully started these, but this is the method I am choosing to use. Let's just put it that way. And so now what I'm going to do, I'm debating if I might just leave the lid off of this tray while these start. Because it's always like, do you put this plastic lid on or not? It just depends because it brings a nice humidity. It keeps insulation and warmth in as seeds are starting out. And that's really good for a lot of seedlings, as I'm learning. But because these plants tend to like things on the high heat and dry side, I think I'm going to try without, because I also had the lid on last time in addition to having a shallow seed depth. So I guess I'm testing a couple variables here. I might be doing the wrong thing. We'll see. But that's the choice I'm going to make because the soil is pretty darn wet. I'm going to take my marker and put it right in the middle of my seed tray so that I understand this side is all Mexican sunflower. And then I know I can come back to this side and put whatever I want to put in here and mark that later. I just really, really hope I can grow these. Aren't they gorgeous? They get to be anywhere from 3 to 5 feet tall. And I've seen them just here and there. I've seen a neighbor that grows them in their yard. I've seen them rarely at like some garden centers, and they are just phenomenal. They are an amazing cutting flower. They're so gorgeous. I love the orange. I'm really, really hoping that I can crack the nut and figure this out. Wish me luck.